Hello everyone, welcome back to Let's Glitch Pokemon Blue. As you can see here, we're on the wrong side of the fossils, so we're just gonna grab the Helix fossil. Nice. Why not grab the Dome fossil too? I've always wanted to do that. Let's walk up here, because why not? Huh, I wonder which one he took. I'm not gonna talk to him because he's gonna fight me, and I'm not really fit to do that, so I'm just gonna leave and I'll show you how to do this. Okay, to do that, you'll need a couple things. The first thing you need is a Pokémon in the first slot with a special stat of 16. This Bulbasaur works great for that. And then you need a Pidgey in the second slot with a remaining HP of 15. Next thing you want to make sure is you have not beaten Brock yet, because if you do, this youngster over here will disappear. We need him for this. What you want to do is try and set this up. This is something we've seen in part 2, where you can bypass Brock. It's kind of tricky. There we go. I already messed up. You're supposed to be on save, so let's do that really quick. There we go. There we go. Okay. So what you want to do is save your game. Then reset. Speed. This will happen. Which is pretty odd. Okay, so now you want to move on to the next route, and then the reason why you need your party the way it is, because if you don't remember, actually I'll just show you really quick. If I switch these, it should mess this up. And we'll get trapped. You should remember that from part 2. Now let me try this again. I should just be able to reset. So we can avoid that by having the correct party set up. And what you want to do is what's called flash the screen, if you will, where you just pop that up, because it will overwrite some data in an address. That'll pretty much help complete this, to make it work, to put it simply. But I love how he pushes a boulder and then he takes off about us. So now we have walk through walls, which is why this glitch is called Brock through walls. That's just such a good name, in my opinion, honestly. Anyway, so we're going to make our way to Mount Moon. Going to stay in the wall here to avoid all the trainers. And then you can see he kind of finished his animation right there, and so he's just standing there. That's the reason why. And then if you don't hold the B button, you'll do this. Like, it's weird with the animation. I'm assuming it has something to do with that. Just having to, like, continue that. And it's like we're constantly following him. And I wonder if we do that for long enough, it might stop working. I'm not positive. But I'm pretty sure we have the game tricked in thinking that we're in an animation right now, which is the reason why we have no collisions with walls. You can see how short Mount Moon is here. And we're going to go in the back door. Of course, once you go into a battle, talk to a trainer, or go into a building, you won't have walk-through walls anymore. But as you see from our intro, this looks very familiar, and now we can grab the fossils. You want to grab the Helix fossil first, because apparently it'll trigger the event if you go this way. And see, like, for example, this will happen if you do that way, and then he'll take it anyway. And then he could kick our ass in a battle, because as you saw, I have very low level Pokemon. Anyway, so let me show you another thing. Alright, let's see another interesting effect that we can get with this. So what you do is just flash that again, and then talk to the youngster. I just really love where, like, he kicks a boulder and then he just takes off. Like, he starts sprinting and he kicks up dust or something, you know? It's just funny to me. What's also interesting is we can kind of like follow him around like this too. But if we go in this building, I believe any building that plays the Pewter City theme, it'll keep the music because it won't change the music. And then we can actually continue on if we want. You just have to pay money for that. But it's just interesting because we can come in here with, you know, the wrong music. And I believe it persists once we leave. Like an example of it not working. Oh, I guess I was wrong there. But it has to do with reloading the map, I'm assuming. And it fixes our glitched out friend over there in the upper left corner. So that's the reason behind that. Let's see another thing. I have to load state though. Alright, this time you'll see a different file here. This is the original one I had, and I've made some progress. Still haven't beaten Brock though, as you can see our friend's still over there to the right. And I have a different setup here. All that really matters for this one is that you have a Bulbasaur. It doesn't have to be Bulbasaur, but it works the best in my opinion. You have a level 8, that's required, and then you need the first move to just be anything The second move needs to be, it doesn't have to be tackle, but it has to have 16 remaining PP, and then the last one, which is growl typically in this case, is going to be 36 PP. And this should work. It has to be the last one in your party for it to work. Let's see if we can pull this off. Dang it. Ah, dang it. Oh my goodness. Just about when I was going to say I was getting better at it, that happens, where I miss it 3 times in a row. Anyway, so we're going to reload here. I'm going to speed this up. Not much will be different here, but there is something interesting with this setup that's a little bit different. Come on over here, reset the route technically, or the town. And then we need to flash our screen so we don't get frozen. And just let him do his thing. What's interesting, he doesn't kick up boulder this time, or kick up dust, as I like to say. I don't really know why. I couldn't tell you. It probably has to do with rewriting those addresses, and it's slightly different when you use this method than the other one. What's also interesting is you can see he has like a similar effect of LGL, where like he turns into some glitch characters while moving. And like I said, if you hold B, that will stop happening, the flashing and whatnot, even if you're not moving. If you move, you can actually not hold B, but it's not consistent, especially if you wait too long on a turn, like this for example. Oh, yeah, and I'll start moving. It's really strange. It has to do with pathing and whatnot, which I'll get more into a little bit later, because there's also another glitch that involves this exact thing. It has a little bit of a different name. Anyway, so you're going to see a little speed up here, so... Alright, so we should start seeing some strange things, like this guy, for example. He looks all messed up, as you can tell, and even she does too. It's weird, at one point, this guy looked like he had like sunglasses on. So he must have got corrupted a little bit differently. Like, it was actually really cool. It looked like he had sunglasses on. I couldn't believe it. I'm not going to worry about that too much, though. You'll see that a lot of these sprites are really corrupted in that kind of way. Like, this guy looks like he's a mix between a rocket and the youngster. And even this guy over here looks, like, disheveled, I guess. I don't know. Anyway, so the point we came over here for was the surf. Oh, jeez. Gotta do this the right way. There we go. And what's important with this is as soon as you surf, you want to hold B and then keep moving. Because you'll start surfing through the land, like this, which is pretty fun. It also fixed the sprites of all our friends here. Even the old man up here. What's also interesting, though, is if I don't hold B and don't move, I'll move up automatically, and then we're just kind of here. And then I just get out of it, just like that. Because I guess it finishes the pathing or whatever. Some interesting stuff. That's all for this, though. So I'll show you another thing. Alright, we're back on the blue file here, the new one I had to create for this. We're going to try this again for like the 4th time now. Oh, cool. I don't dare say I'm getting the hang of it, because then I'll try and miss it 3 times in a row or whatever. Reload once again, and we'll have the same effect. It's funny though, I don't actually have to do the second half of this glitch. I can just go straight to Mount Moon if I want, but I think it's faster to avoid that, because otherwise I'll have to fight trainers. So once again, flash the screen, talk to our friend here. He also walks through walls too, and kicks up boulders. That's just so funny, like just the idea of him kicking up dust and sprints off to the gym without us. Anyway, so we're gonna hustle over to Mount Moon. This next part of the glitch is kind of annoying, honestly. It's really luck-based. We've seen this before too, because I'm just gonna say it's using Death Warp, which is something we need for the final glitch I'm gonna show too. So there might be a little bit of cutting, a little bit of speeding up, you'll see, but it shouldn't be too bad. We're just gonna get to the spot that we need to. Come on over here. I'm gonna have to feint these Pokemon because you know it's Death Warp. So the best method here, I'm just going to save. Oh, come on. This works out because you need to feint. So usually you like having Zubats because it really destroys Bulbasaur. So I'll show you that really quick. Okay, cool. And I'll show you the basic setup for this in case you want to do it yourself. You can save the game to reset if you want, or just save a state, which I already have one set up, so if this doesn't work, I'll just load that one, and then we'll go from there. All you want to do is encounter a Pokemon in front of a trainer, and feint. fuck? Oh my goodness, that took forever. I'm not sure if I just didn't optimize my strategy. I'm assuming I could have made it better, but you'll see like a sped up montage or something of all the fails and just the chaos that was going on right there to try and feint, not really feint, but and get an encounter in front of that guy to feint in front of him. Yeah, I ended up using the dude to the left opposed to the chick at the beginning that I was showing. So yeah, we'll feint and, you know, start the death warp. This will happen. And then we should be able to start to move. What you want to do is just pretty much fight any Pokemon you want. I'm just going to choose a Pokemon at random. Hopefully we can growl multiple times. That wrong thing there. So let's do this. Just going to use speed. I'm hoping to growl 6 times, but it really doesn't matter to me. Alright, nothing happened, sweet. Let's go see what we'll get from this. First we gotta pull off the frickin' bypass the dude glitch, which seems to be kicking my butt like everything in this episode so far. So we're gonna save here. Alrighty, here goes nothing. Cool, okay. I just need to get that strategy down, because like, performing the long-range trainer glitch is easy, but that just seems to stump me. Okay. Do this again. Remember to open your Pokemon screen. Talk to the dude. And he'll run off for the hills. There he goes. Interested to see what we'll get from this. I tried this once off screen and had an interesting effect. Oh, I didn't hold B. It's kind of important to do that because it will be a problem later if you don't do it, especially in the wrong spot. This is going to be the next thing I'll show, but let's finish this up first. I just like how this guy's sprite's just in random spots. It almost seems like the screen repeats itself. Like once you travel a certain distance, it's almost like chunks in a wheel, if you will. I'll go in here and see what we get. Okay, it's a trainer battle. It's our rival again, so this is pretty much what I got off screen. His name's Yellow. I named him that, by the way. So this is the same effect I got, but we have like a glitch battle here. Couldn't tell you why this happens. I haven't looked into it. Just wanted to show you can do this. It's called Brock Fly because it's similar to like a trainer fly glitch or the long range trainer glitch. And we're gonna lose to him, so there's really no reason to show this. It'd be cool if, I wonder if I throw a Pokeball. I doubt it's gonna do anything. Yeah, no. So I'll just make a cut to the next thing I'm gonna show. See you there. Alrighty, we'll find ourselves in a very familiar situation, which I'm not too thrilled about, because I have to perform Death Warp again, unfortunately. Oh, it was 1 away, come on. So that's essentially what I'm gonna do, so maybe you'll see some more speed up failing over and over again. Okay, that wasn't too bad. It seems like you just need to get really close to the trainer and just save a state. That's why you want to use save states for this, because it makes it much easier. So much easier. And then we're just going to wait out the poison damage here, because at this point in the game, do yourself a favor and use a poison Pokemon, because otherwise you're probably going to get a Metapod and you're going to be trapped. Until you have to struggle, pretty much. But you'll probably end up feigning the Pokemon before you kill yourself from struggling. Okay. There we go. We'll feint in front of the trainer and we'll see this similar effect. So now this part's a bit tricky. What you want to do, and I may not even show it because of how tedious it might be. We're back here with just the Pikachu, which is okay. And get out of the way, old man. Make our way over here. What you want to do is find a Pokemon that will give you essentially a Nidoking. That's pretty much your only hope. I guess you can aim for like Nidoqueen. But Nidoking's probably your best bet. And I believe like I think it was level 3 Pidgey that would work, or was it level 3 Rattata? I don't really remember. I'll try it a couple times, and if it doesn't work, I'm just not going to worry about it. First, I need to save a state. I'm just going to save the game instead. Run on that. So let's just see what we can find here really quick. Mostly just for the sake of showing you. We'll try on this Rattata. I don't actually remember. Speed this up. I have to be able to growl 6 times to get to level 1. So yeah, it should have been good. Cool. Make sure you have Pokeballs for this. That's another important thing, and an antidote would be very helpful too, especially if you want to get a Nidoking. You can also do what I showed you in, I can't even remember, part 1, I believe, or was it part 2? I don't even remember. It was a long time ago, but I showed you Death Warp. So it looks like level 3 Rattata will not work. I think it's level 4 Rattata, or level 3 Pidgey. Either way, what you want to do is get a Nidoking, and once you do that, you'll do what we've done before, where you get level 100 Pokemon before Brock. What you do is just throw it in, get less than a certain amount of experience points, and once it gets like less than 55, I think is what it is, or 54, it'll instantly go to level 100. So I'm going to make a cut to where I already have that, because like I said, I'm not going to try and show that. It's just a pain already. Alright, here's the Nidoking you should get. The stats will be different than mine, but it's going to look pretty similar to this once you level up to level 100. Now we got to perform this glitch yet again. This should be the second to last time. Maybe I'll perfect this one day. Ugh. I don't know, they're just doing something wrong, I guess. Okay, cool. I think it works out, because I probably wasn't even on save that time. Oh, come on. Yeah, I don't know, I guess I need more practice or something. But this next setup is really, really cool. Like, the things you can do. It's just kind of funny, honestly. There's going to be a little bit of a speed up here too, just because it's a lot of walking around. So once again, we do need to set up Brockfu walls. And to do that, we're going to need our setup, which should already be there. I hope I didn't mess that up. Yep. And you can have more than, like, those 2 Pokemon. And so this will happen again, so that Nidoking's fine to stay in there, is my point. We'll come back over here. This is probably the fastest route you can take. As I said, there's going to be a speed up of this because I have to do a lot of walking. But the end goal is Silphco, so I'll see you there. Probably should have said this sooner, but make sure you do not walk out of bounds too far because your game will crash. You gotta be careful of that. So don't stray too far off the path. This is the whole point of showing this, really, is just to show you what to avoid. We can see this weird sprite glitch again, which is really odd. I guess if you ever want to go through a random door, you can do this glitch, but then you'll be stranded over here, unless you can finesse the game a little bit. There's something I have in mind for a later date. We're not going to worry about that right now, but it involves Pokemon Red. Just a little thing to look forward to, I suppose. So we're going to head to the elevator here. Make our way to the 10th floor. Because there's some loot that we need to get here. Which, when you think about it, there's like nothing but loot in this place. That and people who want to fight you, like that guy right there, so avoid him. But we can't avoid this guy, so we have to fight him. And I just realized something that's problematic. This is a good learning experience for anyone here. Although then again, I can get my way out of this. So the problem here, this is actually really important, that if I beat this Machoke, Bulbasaur will go up a level and also increase its special stat, since I'm using the special stat loadout. But what's nice, if I get this Bulbasaur fainted, I can just heal after the fact, so it's okay. I also should say, that I hadn't said it yet, you want to make sure that you will go back to either Pewter City or Viridian City after this fight. So we're just going to get Bulbasaur fainted here, so he doesn't gain EXP. There's the whole point of that right there. So, yes, if you accidentally throw out your Bulbasaur first, make sure it faints. Crisis averted. Anyway, so we're going to take out the Machoke. And then we're going to grab our items here. I also failed to say that you're going to need an escape rope before doing this. Which I did conveniently pack, so you're going to use that once you're here, because otherwise you might be stranded. You can also have a Pokemon teleport if you want. It'll take you back to the last Pokemon Center you healed at. I don't even think it matters. Like, honestly, the Bulbasaur can be fainted, I'm pretty sure, to set up the glitch. But I'm going to heal anyway. That's why I prefer this setup, because otherwise if you have the PP setup, I'll call it, you can really screw yourself with that. So I think this is just the superior method in my opinion. What we need to do is make our way back to there. I'm just going to show a cut. All that's important is that I got that TM, which is Earthquake. I'm going to teach it because I'm going to need that for something. Alright, back here with our team, I'm going to switch in Bulbasaur to the front because we're going to need that. There's also another thing you're going to need to do when you return back to Pewter City. This will happen, which if you went here directly, you would have just walked out the Pokemon Center and this would have ambushed you. Which, now I think about it, you wouldn't have walked out the Pokemon Center, you just would have appeared there. So, some weird stuff might have just happened with that friend of ours over here to the right. Because of that, we need to reset the map. I don't think we have to, but it's the safe option, so just go into here and come back out. And like I said, finally, we have to do this glitch for one more time. Make sure you have your setup, make sure your thing's on save, and then try to succeed. Okay, I think I am getting better at that, but I don't know. It's just so inconsistent. Like, there's times where I feel like I shouldn't get it, and there's times where I feel like I should, and the reverse happens. Okay. Get this going here. I like how he just disappears and then reappears back where he's supposed to. Hey, this guy's... I don't know. I'd be scared of this guy. He seems like he's too powerful for this game. I like how we can like race him over there too. Because remember, this is the same guy that can walk through the wall over here too. Remember that. He's pretty cool. I like that guy. He also turns into, what was that, J? I don't know. That's not important. But what is important is here that you need to hold B and come on over here. And then walk down. There's our friend over there again. And you're just going to keep walking down for a little bit here. Attention to detail comes handy here because you might notice a couple things along the way and a few landmarkers. But what's most important is just the stopping point you need. So we'll see this, which is kind of odd. You'll come on down here. And we'll get some different scenery. So come to this tile. You can let go of B and it'll actually walk you over for you, which is nice. Just press that again and walk up. And then suddenly, the map's all messed up. And then like Victor Road starts playing, which is really odd, you know? Because like, where'd this come from? And everything's all jacked up. It turns purple, and there's 2 doors. And bam, we're in the Indigo League like that. That's crazy. Indigo Plateau. Haven't beaten a single... Barely haven't beaten any trainers at that. Like, no gym leaders, only a couple trainers. We have this level 100 Pokemon, which is pretty funny. And there's nothing stopping us, because there's no, like, check for the badges at this point. We've already passed that. And since we already passed that, it won't stop us. Let's see here. Carbos. You're going to see a speed up to this, but we're going to see if we can beat the game with less than 2 hours. This is probably possible to do with less than an hour, but I'm not even joking. Death Warp is the death of me. Like, it sucked dealing with that. But if you're lucky, you can get this done like within an hour. Guaranteed. Heck, if you optimize it might even be like 45 minutes. Anyway, so, see you there. I also want to say it might be best to optimize your Nidoking here by depositing it and withdrawing it, because any EVs that I obtained, you know, splattering Nidoking smashing Pokemon, it should have raised its stats in the slightest amount. I'm hoping this will work, because the odds really aren't in his favor. He has to take on like 20 Pokemon by himself, and he's at type disadvantage for the first one, but we'll see how it goes. Alright, we come a long way. Very fast way, too. And it was a bit... It's not very optimized, for one, but it is very fast. Not as fast as you can get, though. And what I mean by not optimized is that it's very luck-based. I even actually fainted once to the champion yellow, if you will, or technically blue. So I had to restart there, so if you noticed any cuts, that's why. But yeah, it's definitely possible to beat this game even faster than this. There is a way to do that. But this is pretty cool. Like, I'm sure this glitch has been known for a long time, but it's cool to be able to have like a legitimate playtime that isn't just like 000, but rather you still have lots to do for Pokemon and grassy areas. But I mean, 141, that's not too bad, I suppose. Especially since, like I said, I'm pretty sure if you play this right, you can get it within an hour. But you gotta really optimize it and gotta be very lucky too. But that's gonna wrap up this episode. I appreciate you guys sticking through this. If you made it this far, like I said, there's been a lot of speeding up you should have seen. I don't plan to make a habit of that, but I feel like it was fit for something like this, since a lot of it was just a lot of downtime. Anyway, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys stick around for more.